Hey, welcome to my journey. Today we're going to cook. We haven't cooked in a while, but I'm making this new soup for supper called Zesty Macaroni soup. And I thought, you know what, if it's good, I might better go ahead and film it so I can share it. I don't know yet because it's over here simmering. I thought, well, while it's simmering, I'll film this part. So I haven't tasted it. I can't vouch for its tastiness yet, but it's a very low-calorie soup. Let me tell you, it makes a big pot, 2.5 quarts, 10 cups. So that would be 10 1-cup servings, 200 calories. That is low calorie for a cup of soup, don't y'all think? I think it is. And then listen to this, 15 grams of protein in that 1 cup of soup. That's a good amount of protein for soup. And then the carbs, now the carbs are high because, I'll tell you in a minute, the total carbs are 27 and the net carbs are 23. The main flavor of the dish is a box of Hamburger Helper. And you know the Hamburger Helpers, I don't think they have whole wheat noodles. I've never seen one, which we don't eat it like we used to. We used to eat it a lot. I mean, we like Hamburger Helper. We've tried tons of them. And but they use just regular old white flour noodles. So if it was whole wheat noodles, the fiber content should be higher and it would take the net carbs down. But I'm not worried about it because in the scheme of a whole day, I don't think that's bad. So that is what we are making today. Zesty macaroni soup. And I got the recipe out of a Taste of Home magazine. Either Taste of Home or Quick Cooking. I don't really know which one. It's one that I had a duplicate of. And so when I find recipes I like in duplicate magazines, then I'll cut them out and paste them in my little book over here. Because y'all know I like cutting and pasting. So anyway, that's what we're making for supper tonight. So let's eat, y'all. Okay, so it's kind of loud. Now we're going to add 5 cups of water. That'll quieten it down. There we go. And then 1 can of diced tomatoes, and I like to use the petite dice. Those are just a personal preference for me. You can use whichever ones you want to use. And then, hold on, let me get this over here from the sink. This is 1 can of corn that's been drained and 1 can of pinto beans that has been drained and rinsed. And then we need a ½ teaspoon of dry mustard. And the secret weapon, I guess you could say, is this Hamburger Helper. It is the chili mac flavor. Now, if you've never used Hamburger Helper, it is typically some sort of pasta. This is just the elbow noodle and a seasoning packet. So this is what we're going to put in next. Ooh, I can't tear that. Let me get some scissors. We're going to put in the seasoning packet. That's why I didn't want to add salt. The recipe says add salt at this stage, but I'm not going to because I think this has enough flavor, and if it needs salt, I'll just add it at the table. Now, I know macaroni takes up salt, but I think I'm just not going to add any right now. So we need to bring this back up to the ball, or up to the ball to begin with. Okay, it's coming up to the ball. I'm going to go ahead and turn mine down because the way my stove cooks, it stays hot for a long time. It's going to take this a while to stop balling. So I'm going to turn it down low, put the lid on, and we're going to simmer this for 10 minutes covered. Okay, now, yeah, I knew it wasn't going to quit balling. We need to add our noodle pack. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that open too. Now we just want to cover and simmer this. Let's see if I can turn mine down a little bit more until the noodles are cooked. It says 10 to 14 minutes. So, okay, it did only take 10 minutes for my noodles to get done. So I'm going to scoop out 1 cup. Hold on. I can do this without spilling it. Put it in my little bowl. And the recipe says to serve with salsa con queso, but I was afraid that would be too hot for us because we don't eat hot stuff. So I just got this cheddar cheese dip sauce, whatever you want to call it, from Walmart. I'm just going to add a little bit of that to it. I've never put this on a soup before, but I thought, well, they suggest eating it like that. It sounds pretty tasty to me. That is the stadium style cheddar cheese dip, like you put on nachos and stuff like that. So I will let this cool enough to taste it, and then I'll let you know what I think. Okay, so I tried it. It's still steaming, but I got a spoonful out. I got a little bit of cheese dip with it. And I can tell you, it does need that salt in the recipe that the recipe stated. I questioned it. I mean, I guess I shouldn't question it because it was their recipe, but I know how salty hamburger helper can be. This is not very strong flavored at all. I'll be honest with you. I would reduce the weight. It's a good soup. It's good flavored, but I would reduce the water so it would have more flavor than it has now, because I think maybe that kind of watered it down too much. You wouldn't get as much soup, but it would have a stronger flavor. So that's something I would play with. I think I would make this again, to be honest with you. It's easy. It's got, oh, I can't think what I was fixing to say now. Well, it must not have been important. But anyway, yeah. Add a little bit of salt to it here at the end, and if you got yourself a good little soup. So that'll do it for me tonight. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you make this soup, let me know if you cut the water back. Let me know how it worked for you. I think I would, this is what I think I would do. I would cut the water back to maybe 4 cups. And then when the macaroni gets through, taste it. And if it's too strong, add that other cup of water. That's what I would do. In hindsight, having tasted it now. So anyway, that is all. I hope you're having a good evening, and I'll see you in my next video.